Municipal Credit Union. Strong, trusted, growing.
The Lion King. There is simply nothing else like it.
Kick back and eyes front, because the view starts now. Wolfpack. Comics flock to defend Michelle Wolf's controversial act.
Get a sense of humor, snowflakes.
But did she kill comedy at the White House Correspondents' Dinner for good? Mueller leaks. Who exposed the questions he wants the president to answer? And what questions would the hosts add to the list? Plus, one of the greatest living athletes, Serena Williams, on how she's hitting back at people who body shame her and how motherhood changed the game for her. Hot Topics are in the house with Whoopi, Sarah Haynes, Joy Behar, Sunny Hostin, and Megan McCain. Now, let's get things started.
Fallout continues from the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Hosts like Jimmy Kimmel and Seth Meyers and Trevor Noah are defending Michelle Wolf's performance, and she says she wouldn't change a word, she said. But there are still calls to end the dinner for the sake of journalism. So what do you think?
I think that the jokes, one thing people don't realize if they didn't watch the whole thing is that if you're watching the headlines, it does look like it was disproportionate, the jokes, because the ones I kept seeing. So I think we have a couple to pull that I laughed the hardest at, actually.
We've got our friends at CNN here. Welcome, guys. It's great to have you. You guys love breaking news, and you did it. You broke it. It is kind of crazy that the Trump campaign was in contact with Russia when the Hillary campaign wasn't even in contact with Michigan.
So there was a lot of dishing out,
Yes.
but I think probably the reason this is so sensitive this year is people are divided. They can barely have a conversation, let alone laugh at themselves. And I think it takes a strong person to be able to reflect and laugh at yourself. And people have lost their sense of humor.
Except that this has been going on for years with this car. Every year the comedian gets
the times are different.
Well, I mean, but they should let them get Donnie and Marie if they want it to be nice and safe. Comedians are going to be edgy, and that's what we do.
I agree.
Well, the dinner's been going on for a long time.
Since 1914.
Yeah, there you go. Since 1914. And I used to go once upon a time. I went with my father a few years ago, and once it started turning into this sort of like celebrity Oscar red carpet event is when I started being like, this isn't something I really want to be a part of. It didn't really have a lot to do with the comedians that performed at the time. I will say, this is a big gift to Trump supporters. I saw when you were, oh, excuse me, like you. This is a big gift to Trump supporters. 77% of Americans, 77, believe that the national television and newspaper media outlets report fake news. 89% of Republicans believe that. And there's already this implication when you hear people like Jim Acosta saying that Trump supporters, their brains don't, whatever the quote is, their elevators don't go to the top floor. There's an idea that the media, especially people in D.C., hate the Trump administration, hate Republicans, hate people in the middle of the country. And when you're sitting there, and by the way, Jonathan Karl, Maggie Haberman, Andrea Mitchell, Mika Brzezinski, these are people I would certainly not call conservatives or people in my vein, came out and criticized the dinner as well.
They did come out and criticize the dinner, and so I'm going to give you, because they accused her of talking about people's looks, women's looks in particular. But she didn't. She made a smoky eye joke, which was about makeup. Let me tell you what is a joke about someone's looks. She said, Mitch McConnell isn't here tonight. He had a prior engagement. He's finally getting his neck circumcised. Mazel. So that's about somebody's looks, but nobody's bitching about that.
Yeah, it wasn't about Sarah Sanders. Well, you know what's surprising?
She was, I'm sorry, she was compared to the woman in The Handmaid's Tale, though, who's a 60-year-old.
No, it's her behavior,
not the look.
not her look.
Listen, jokes are up to interpretation, and a lot of Republicans I know were really angry about this. I thought it was distasteful, and I think that the dinner should be in the spirit of celebrating. I can see you unhappy with what I'm saying.
No,
I got it.
No, go ahead.
I weigh in? Because you're saying it should be in the spirit of journalism. And I was in the room, and it was all about the spirit of journalism. What no one is covering is the big banners at White House Correspondents Association, and then it said, celebrating the First Amendment. They gave out this pin that I have on today, First Amendment. We were all wearing it.
Except for comedians.
Except for comedians, right? We were all wearing it. And I brought the association little program that we got. All of the pages are about the scholarships that were given to students. All of the pages are about the incredible awards that the journalists got.
But as the event
it was the last 20 minutes that was the comedian. The last 20 minutes. I joke at the idea.
I mean, yes, it is for scholarships, but contributions have risen by 162%. But the payouts for the scholarships have only inched 10% higher. So again, I think that there's a better way to give scholarship. I think journalism is important. I certainly believe the First Amendment is incredibly important. I don't have a problem with it. This dinner, to me, and I used to go, I refused to go. I've been invited many times since I started refusing to go. I will not attend this dinner again, long before Michelle Wolf ever came on that stage. I think it is more about red carpet celebrities coming than anything
That's
else.
not at all what it was about. I was in the room, and it was about the celebration of journalism and the First Amendment.
Hold on.
There was also a funny, one of her last lines was, and Flint, Michigan still doesn't have water. And they said the fact that,
was her very last line.
Everyone's covering the tone of her comedy versus the fact that there hasn't been change in a lot of real ways is a big note to make.
It's a big fat gift to the Trump administration. It's a big fat gift to Republicans.
It might be a big fat gift to the Trump administration. It might be a big fat gift to Republicans. But I take issue with you saying that we hate the middle of the country. That's not true.
There are lots of...
No, but the implication...
I said people like John... The man who said the going up and down on the elevator.
And that was taken out of context also. Jim Acosta is my friend. I've spoken to him about this, and that was completely taken out of context. People seem to read and hear what they want to hear as opposed to what people say.
Conservatives interpret this, how Republicans interpret this.
Yes, but sometimes I think conservatives and Republicans forget that the tone of all of this began really, several years ago with Republicans making statements that felt quite not inclusory. So we get past that, we go through Obama, we do all the stuff, and then we get somebody who comes in and begins this dialogue. And I think I brought this up. There was a poll that came out worldwide that journalists are now almost an endangered species. People don't believe that journalists are telling you the truth. They don't believe that people actually do what they're supposed to do in the news, and they believe that everybody is lying. So now, when you have people who are actually lying, when you actually see the lie and you can prove it, what are you supposed to do? How are you supposed to say to somebody, is this a lie or is this not a lie? Because we have to make a decision as Americans. Not everybody in the media is bad. Not everybody in the administration is bad. Some people have actually tried to make stuff work. And so I think that the Correspondents' Dinner, became about celebrities because they were bored with themselves. They're the ones who invite the celebrities to come.
I don't fault celebrities for coming. If you're invited to something like that, I actually got in a public fight with Greta Van Susteren many years ago because she invited Lindsay Lohan, and I thought it was beneath the dignity of the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Clearly, I lost that battle. She was very angry with me at the time, and I just think that there are some dinners in Washington, D.C., the Gridiron Dinner, the Alfalfa Club Dinner, that truly are about celebrating journalism and the work that journalists and political commentators do.
This one is too.
I'm just listening to what everybody's saying, and you're saying that the journalists are under siege around the world. And you're saying that 77% of Republicans don't believe the news. Of Americans or Republicans?
Americans, and it's 89% of Republicans.
Now, when did that start? This whole fake news started about 1.5 years ago when Trump became the candidate. We never heard the term. Let us not forget that Kellyanne Conway is the one who coined alternative facts. So that's where that's coming from. Let's at least identify the source.
I understand what you're saying, Joy. I do understand. Trust me, I understand what you're saying, and I'm trying to, like, again, just have my perspective heard. I don't mean disrespect any of you, but I also think that I know Trump supporters. I know how they look at the media. There's a reason why when he was, and by the way, I was against it when it happened, would scream, look at the crooked media and scream at them, and there would be yelling and screaming at journalists at rallies. There's a palpable distrust and anger towards the media, and I think this dinner made it worse.
On this panel, no one, as far as I could tell, has ever said anything negative about Trump voters.
I was just told
our animosity is towards Trump himself.
66% of Democrats feel that way too. My producer
we do go after Trump. I admit it. I'm one of his worst critics on television. But I do not attack the Trump voters. I don't think you've ever heard me say
that's not you. I'm not.
Well, you're talking about the vibe here. And the vibe is not against Trump voters.
I think when there's an applause line every single time I say something.
Now you're blaming the audience.
No, I'm not blaming the audience. I may be blaming the guy
She's just blaming Tom.
I'm blaming Tom.
No, she's blaming Tom.
We'll come back. We'll come back. We'll just be back.
We are really strong women.
People need to hear what women have to say, and that's us.
You never know what Whoopi's going to say.
You know who I am. You know what I do. We try to let y'all know what's happening as we're seeing it.
I never know what Megan's going to say.
I'm speaking for the middle of the country. I'm not intimidated by anyone.
I never know what Joy's going to say.
We will ask tough questions, for sure. It's very important that we have a show like this right now. It's important.
Talking about the issues everyone is talking about at home.
It is up to all of us to continue the conversation.
Anybody who wants to make it to the next level in politics has to come on this show.
2 words to describe the view.
I won't back down.
We give a damn.
It's really fun.
We talk a lot about sex.
Megan should start talking more about sex.
I will not talk about sex.
And it's kind of fun to watch. Whoopi and I are sisters under the skin.
Hello.
It really is like none other.
We will back you up. We will stand with you.
She's an icon. Whoopi's an icon.
I really like working with people who believe what they're saying.
No one does what we do.
See you on The View.
I'll see you on The View.
See you on The View.
See you on The View.
That's enough.
Tired of wrestling with seemingly impossible cleaning tasks? Using wipes in the kitchen and sprays in the bathroom can be ineffective. Try Miss Clean Magic Eraser with Durafoam. Simply add water and use in your kitchen for burnt-on food, in your bathroom, and on walls to remove scuffs and marks. It erases 4 times more permanent marker per swipe. For tough kitchen and bath messes, use Mr. Clean Magic Eraser with Durafoam. Brand power helping you buy better.
Occasional bladder leakage or urgency.
I've had it.
I've had it. With bladder issues, only Azo Bladder Control does what liners and pads can't. It supports bladder muscle strength to help reduce leakage and urgency.
Changing your cat's litter? Then change your cat's litter to Arm & Hammer and Seal Slide, the amazing litter that slides out without scraping or scrubbing and guarantees a 7-day odor-free home. So slide on over to Clump & Seal Slide.
Smoking caused my throat cancer. But walking every day makes me feel like myself again. Well, almost.
You can quit. For free help, call 1-800-QUIT NOW.
Budget meeting.
Sweet. You compare last quarter to this quarter.
It's no wonder everything seems a little better with the creamy taste of Philly. Made with fresh milk and real cream. It must be the Philly.
Feel the clarity of non-drowsy Claritin and relief from symptoms caused by over 200 allergens, like those from Buddy. Because stuffed animals are clearly no substitute for real ones. Feel the clarity and live Claritin Clear.
People don't expect a female mechanic. They also don't expect Lean Cuisine made with organic ingredients. But here we are, introducing a new line from Lean Cuisine. My favorite, new Farmer's Market pizza with its crispy organic crust and mozzarella cheese. Feed your phenomenal with Lean Cuisine.
Attention homeowners. Quicken Loans has some very important information regarding the U.S. government's Home Affordable Refinance Program, or HARP. We've told you about HARP in the past, and we're happy to report that nearly 3.5 million homeowners have already taken advantage of this fantastic money-saving program. But there are so many more of you who could be saving hundreds of dollars every month on your mortgage. Quicken Loans is here to help you save your money. Why Quicken Loans? The home loan experts at Quicken Loans fully understand with you to understand your specific circumstances and strive to find the financial solution that's best for you. Then we'll guide you through each step of the mortgage refinance process. 8 years in a row now, J.D. Power has ranked Quicken Loans highest in the nation in customer satisfaction. Ranked us highest in the nation for mortgage servicing. If you're not familiar with HARP, it's a U.S. government program designed specifically for homeowners who have little or no equity. A great feature of the HARP program is that most HARP refinance loans do not require an appraisal, and there are fewer income verification requirements. That makes it simpler, easier, and even faster. And even if you've been denied for a HARP loan in the past, new guidelines mean that you now may be eligible. Give us a call and we'll give you a Quicken Loans mortgage review. And we'll do all we can to help you save money on your mortgage. It's simple and easy. Find out if you're eligible to take advantage of today's incredible loans. Start taking money every month. Call Quicken Loans today or go to QuickenLoans.com for a mortgage experience that
There is only one job the Royal Family has. We have a new piece of
You've lost all touch. No.
Look back to the scary. People are, it's in the house. We'll say the right. But I love the shirt so much because it's so, it is the greatest shirt ever. And apparently you can see Bermuda when I put it on. I apologize for that. And now they take me up, so I'll be sitting like this. So the leaks keep on coming out of D.C. Dozens of questions Robert Mueller plans on asking the guy in the White House about what pilots ranging from from why you fired Comey to his business dealings with Russia and all these questions. Who would leak this? Why?
That, they want, this is my theory, that Mueller is behind leaking that too. That he gave
no.
Well, not the back questions, but the areas that they're going to cover. So that he's inoculating himself against this attack on him, saying that he's setting up the president for perjury. So now we're giving you the answers here up to the test. And the question, others do college, they get it.
No, we didn't do that.
Well, we did. And it was an ace that test when you got those answers ahead of time. So they're giving you the opportunity. So when he says, I didn't know that he was out there and purchases himself, they can't say that.
It's pretty frustrating for Mueller because he seems to be someone that had bipartisan support for being above the fray. And I think when you're running that type of investigation, you don't want this stuff coming out. I think kids get probably as weird as you.
Because I've never conducted an investigation where I gave the subject of the investigation all of the questions that I was going to ask. Something they generally do.
What I've been hearing is that they didn't get the questions per se.
That makes more sense because if you're going to give me areas of inquiry, that's already public knowledge, right? Because the special counsel was tasked with investigating certain inquiries. So you would say, pursuant to my mandate, I'm going to ask you questions about collusion with Russia. I'm going to ask you questions about Flynn, but you would never give the entire list.
Yeah, Dr. Jackson was so upset apparently that Hillary got my question from.
Oh, well, what was that?
It did happen.
politics. I don't know why you would be leaking potential information even from both sides, because as you're saying that Trump obviously reads the questions beforehand, but both come up with different questions. So I don't really understand what the end game here with this is. This last one cycle
probably going to be about Russia. That's the investigation. Use your own imagination.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
It's also the way for lawyers to say to him that not sit down with him under oath because you can screw up.
It's one of the three floating.
Doesn't he have to?
I think he does have to. But are there any questions y'all would ask?
I would ask him what exactly why I've been so reluctant to attack Putin, especially on anything concerning global politics, and how many times had you met with him in person before the election? Because remember, he said he didn't, but then it came out that it actually happened.
Right.
Yeah. What exactly is the nature of your relationship with him?
I want to talk about his business dealings. I said that, like, that's one thing that bothers me. Whether he ignorantly colluded with Russia, because that's my theory, it did happen, which we'll see. My bigger problem is with a world leader being president and business dealings that are still sitting in Russia that he will not reveal. That really bothers me.
So, I certainly asked about Don Jr. at a court meeting with a Russian attorney who recently came out and said that she's an agent of the Kremlin. I want to know what happened at that meeting. Did he have prior knowledge of the meeting? Or did he learn about the meeting right after that?
What about you?
Well, I think that he's sort of a pathological liar, and he's been going every day. He lies like 25 times. I was going to take a lie to test what Storm did.
Yeah. I would actually ask a follow-up question.
We should have put him in a room with you. And
the first question I would ask Lola is, how many times since you got hired have you thought, I'm getting hell at how many times have you considered quitting?
Yeah.
And do you feel like you can get to the truth? Because really, this is another public trial in the public. You know, so I wonder, do you really feel like you could get to the truth? And even if you get to the truth, is it going to be meaningful?
That's why the lie detector test would work.
One of public opinion is dangerous because it's not always right.
Yeah.
We'll be right back. We'll be right back.
You strong. Standing up for what you believe. We definitely have to stand up against this right now. It means women standing up together. Women were standing up and saying, no, me too, and I'm going to watch out for my sisters on set. An example for any other views are that their time is up. We're not done yet. You know, he's telling it like it is. Sorry to contradict heroes, but sometimes these heroes need worse. This is about how to brave and face adversity.
We will back you up. We will stand with you.
And not only and stronger. Be on ABC.
Ashley Homesburg introduces a modern approach to classic farmhouse design. This family-friendly collection is unique, stylish, and affordable. For a limited time, receive 0% interest for 6 years during our Liberty sale. Available only at Ashley Homesburg. This town.
Better Frost Premium, a slice above. You're an original, and your eyes have the power to see volumes. It's a luminous original mascara from L'Oreal. Now deeper and deep. The original brush separates every lash. Builds 5 times the volume. America's #1 mascara. The luminous original from L'Oreal Paris.
My mom washes the dishes before she puts them in the dishwasher. So what does the dishwasher do?
Kathy Platinum does the work for you. Free washing and removing stuck foods the first time.
Wow, that's clean.
Kathy Platinum.
He will tug of war. In his lifetime, he'll pull hundreds of tons. That's why he needs a tailored recipe from I Am. Some stay fit. I am who I am.
authorities are excited about the potential of once-weekly Ozempic. In a study with Ozempic, a majority of adults lowered their blood sugar and reached an A1C of less than 7 and maintained it. Oh, under 7? And you may lose weight. In the same one-year study, adults lost on average 12 pounds. Oh, 12 pounds? A 2-year study showed that Ozempic does not increase the risk of major cardiovascular events like heart attack or core death. Ozempic should not be the first medicine for treating diabetes or for people with type 1 diabetes or diabetic ketoacidosis. Do not share needles or pads. Don't reuse needles. Do not take Ozempic if you have a personal or family history of medullary thyroid cancer, multiple endocrine neoplasias, Ozempic and get medical help right away if you get a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, itching, rash, or trouble breathing. Serious side effects may happen, including pancreatitis. Tell your doctor if you have diabetic retinopathy or vision changes. Taking Ozempic with a sulfonylurea may increase the risk for low blood sugar. Common side effects are nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, stomach pain, and constipation. Some side effects can lead to dehydration, which may worsen kidney problems.
I discovered the potential with Ozempic.
Ask your healthcare provider if Ozempic is right for you.
Ancestry DNA makes over 10 million new family connections every day. That's more ways to discover new relatives, people who share your DNA, and maybe a whole lot more. Order your kit at AncestryDNA.com.
Why did I want a Crest 3D White Smile? Dinner date. Meeting his parents' dinner date. So I used Crest.
Crest 3D White removes 95% of surface stains in just 3 days for a whiter smile that will win them over. Look for a $1 coupon in this Sunday's paper.
I'm a fighter. Always have been. When I found out I had age-related macular degeneration, AMD, I wanted to fight back. My doctor and I came up with a plan. It includes Preservision.
Only Preservision AREDS 2 has the exact nutrient formula recommended by the National Eye Institute to help reduce the risk of progression of moderate to advanced AMD.
That's why I fight. Because it's my vision. Preservision.
Also in a great-tasting chewable.
In a family of 8 boys, Mom was always there to keep us grounded.
You haven't ventured outside in days. You're going to get rickets.
Will I get rickets too?
Pat, maybe.
The Kids Are All Right premieres Tuesday, October 16th on ABC.
We got some new blood and some pushing the expiration date.
Gotta work twice as fast, 3 times as hard.
Because you're old as hell?
Nathan Fillion is The Rookie. Premieres Tuesday, October 16th on ABC.
Welcome back. The lead suspect in the infamous Golden State Killer case was taken into custody by matching DNA samples from the crime scene to samples his relatives gave to a genealogy website. And it has some people very concerned about authorities having access like this to DNA samples. Now, does it bother you guys?
It doesn't bother you. It bothers me, and I want to do it though. I'm dying to know. What it is, who was back there, you know?
Yeah.
I know.
Hello.
She always says that, you know, Italy is a rowboat away from Africa.
It's a rowboat away from Africa. You can go just like that.
And underneath this, I've got the hair to prove it.
Yes, you do.
Yes, and so I think that there might be some in there. I want to know what it is. But what's to prevent these companies from using your DNA to give to insurance companies when, like Obamacare has this whole thing in it that you can't have a pre-existing condition. I don't trust that they're not going to eliminate that. So they can then look at your DNA and say, well, she's going to have Alzheimer's pretty soon. And then they don't give you the insurance. That's the part I'm worried about.
But just authorities, if law enforcement were to do it in crimes like this, that I understand the fear, because if it turned into like the Facebook problem where they're selling it to marketing companies and insurance companies, that I would have a problem with that. But when it comes to this, DNA is freeing, because there's one gentleman that might have been falsely accused and serving time for one of the crimes that were just linked to this killer. So a life was saved.
I know. But that's why I say I'm very ambivalent about it, because we have never seen so much exoneration since DNA has been available. And that's been great. You hear about terrible stories of guys who were in jail for 25 years and then they say they were innocent. and I believe in that.
I'm on the fence.
Yes.
I'm on the fence as well because I know how important it is to solve crimes, and we've got all these DNA kits, these sex kits that haven't been processed. But I sort of feel the way you do. If it's a non-state-owned agency like these 23andMe's and Ancestry.com, and you're giving them your DNA, they then can give it to law enforcement to use against, let's say, family members or distant relatives who have not consented to the use
If
of
my
DNA.
family members are out using, like, doing what this guy was doing, I want to bust him.
Yeah, I know.
I want to take him right off my tree.
That's where, that's what's uncomfortable.
I don't, you know, I don't mind it. I'm very happy that DNA that we have access to it. Now, there are things we can do, but, you know, you can be hacked. So, you know, the idea that we have any privacy to anything is no longer realistic. But I like the idea that we can potentially get rid of all of those kits that Mariska was talking about, Mr. Architect. All those kits in every city, we could get rid of those kits with DNA. These are the thousands and thousands of rape kits that have just been sitting gathering dust because nobody has the money, they don't know how to process it, whatever it is. So I feel like there should be, and I know people don't want to spend money like this, but I don't mind a little bit of tax money going to take care of this. I would like to offer some tax money to you know, put behind getting these rape kits taken care of, because maybe we could take a lot more people off the street, because now you know whose DNA it is, and get them. And I'm all for getting bad people out of the street, out of the neighborhood, off the bus,
off my family tree,
off the tree.
Well, see, and that's the thing about being African American, right? Because I remember I wanted to do the 23andMe here on the show because my great grandmother can tell me but so much, but there's so much history when you're African American that you don't know that was robbed from you. So I was really interested in figuring out where my family came from. But then now you have this.
Well, if they could guarantee not to interfere with your insurance policy, health insurance.
Somebody could write a law.
Then I would be for it.
Somebody could make a law, but you know, hackers don't care. We'll be back. You need a strong voice to be heard in Hot Topics.
Let's hear it for the ladies.
I'm the first working mother to ever hold this job.
Who voice different views and come here to be heard.
I want this country to go in a new and different direction.
What matters most is what happens next.
Rocking their view strong.
This president is going to be incredible for this country.
I am not running for anything except the impeachment of Trump.
So that happened. Oh, you never know what'll happen on The View.
Y'all.
We appreciate the platform, The View.
Take a little time to enjoy The View.
Your one item would be the Name Your Price tool?
It helps people save on car insurance. Why wouldn't it save me?
Why? What would you bring? A boat?
Huh.
Mascots really lighten up games at the stadium. So this guy brought one to lighten up this watch party. Maybe stick with a tasty oven-baked chip from Ritz. Lighten up your game day with Ritz Crisp and Thins.
Around here, nobody ever does it. Really?
I didn't do it.
So when I heard they added Ultra Oxy to the cleaning power of Tide, it was just what we needed. So now we can undo all the tough stains nobody did.
Dad, I didn't do it.
It's gotta be Tide.
Hi, I'm Oleg. I use Thumbtack so much, they asked me to be in a commercial. I got my hedges trimmed.
I got my carpets cleaned.
I even remodeled my entire kitchen. Just download the Thumbtack app and get prices from local pros for free. Thumbtack.com.
Here I am, I'm a man on the scene. I can give you what you want, but you got to go home with me.
I'm not picking it up. You pick it up.
I'm not picking it up. I'll pick it up. They're clean. Cuz my hand is clean. Oh yeah, I'm Charmin clean.
Charmin Ultra Strong just cleans better. Enjoy to go with Charmin.
With Advil, you'll ask, what's sore back?
What bum me? Advil is relief that's fast, strength that lasts. You'll ask, what pain? With Advil.
Real cheese people know life is better with 100% real natural cheese. Doesn't matter if it's served on a kitchen table or a picnic table, under a roof or a starry night. Every table tells a story. We're happy to have a seat at yours. Sargento, we're real cheese people.
I'd say I'm a pretty spiritual person. Well, I try to be.
Get 3-wick candles, 2 for $20 every day, so you can find one to suit every side of you. Pier 1. This is me.
Everybody feel good.
The new third hour of GMA starts September 10th on ABC.
Today at 5, great news for people with crippling allergies.
You can't breathe properly or see properly. Driving becomes an issue.
Now, no needle needed. Eyewitness News shows you a new treatment that works like a shot, but without the ouch. Today, only on Eyewitness News at 5.
I choose to feel better and save money. I look for calorie postings and order 600 calorie or less meals when eating out. Join the conversation at facebook.com/IChoose600.
The winner of Best Musical of the Year is coming to a close. It's your last chance to see Squidward Tap Dance, a Sea-Star savior, and Broadway's favorite hero, SpongeBob SquarePants. Performances through September 16th only. Get your tickets now.
How is it possible that we can get Wi-Fi to work here, but not here? Work fine here, but not here. It's time your Wi-Fi got an upgrade with Altice One. It not only delivers live TV, streaming apps, and internet, it also delivers a 40% better Wi-Fi experience. So you get powerful Wi-Fi throughout your home, allowing you to stream here and download here, all at super fast speeds. Altice One, now $10 less a month for the first year.
Remember your dinner table? You know, that thing under all the homework and housework? Let's fill it up with food and family. Right now at Boston Market, get an extra rotisserie chicken for just $1.99 with purchase of any family meal. Boston Market, now with delivery.
So a guest at a baby shower prompted an online debate after she proposed a no thank you cards policy. Now, could you get behind that? Or do you like a thank you note? Or do you like a handwritten thank you note? Or do you mind getting it in a text?
I love a handwritten thank you note, but I can totally get on board with this. I had a friend do this right after my first baby, and I also had someone share how much it meant when they were going through grief, whether they had lost someone, or reaching out when someone's struggling with a loss, or to say, don't write back.
Yeah, that's
and then say what they. When I heard that from her, I thought that's a brilliant strategy to take something off someone's plate.
Yeah, no need to write back. I love the handwritten cards. Also, Sarah sent me one.
She's got a personalized card with her body on it.
Yeah,
it's like Sunny.
I like doing that, and I always ask my kids to do it as well. I think my kids have probably written notes.
Oh, they draw for me.
Yeah.
Your kids draw for me. Yeah. I like your.
You know, I like it, but it is a burden. It can be a burden when you've just had a baby or you've had a loss in your family. When my grandmother passed away, I got just so many condolences and flowers sent.
But that's different. That's not a thank you note.
Well, but
no,
you
but
want
to write back.
Thank you for your
condolences.
Thank you for,
and every time I wrote one, I cried. So it was difficult.
Cathartic.
Not really.
Not really.
I felt sad.
Never mind.
But I think that you want kids to be able to know how to remember to say thank you. I think sometimes we get stuff and we forget to say, hey, thanks for the such and such. So sometimes it's okay to remind somebody, but I think it's hard now these days. And kids don't, you can't really read a lot of kids' handwriting because nobody was over them going, make the line like this.
I like when they're a Quran and they fade off.
So
I think that the internet has helped. The email has really taken the burden. But personally, I don't require. I send thank you notes when I go to someone's house for dinner, but it's only in an email.
Right.
But I don't expect a thank you.
Right.
I didn't even send official wedding invitations. We did Evites, so I mean, I literally I'm so bad at anything handwritten. That being said, getting a handwritten note, which I have gotten some recently, you forget how what a beautiful gesture it is. Someone taking time, so I'm not for letting it go.
To have your stationery.
So there you have it.
There you have it.
There you have it.
So
we'll be right back.
Next,
Serena Williams shares her life-threatening drama while giving birth to her baby, and why tennis and motherhood can be a tough match.
I enjoy the bell.
I hate that bell. It's annoying.
I don't need that bell to tell me to calm down.
And I'm going to throw it at somebody one of these days.
Am I allowed to break this bell?
No. You see, all the craziness starts going on.
Dangerous.
Hold on now. Then I can do. Give my bell back.
For mild to moderate eczema, Eucrisa can be used almost everywhere, on almost every body. Like the face of a 4-year-old, the arm of an artist, or the hands of a happy camper. Prescription Eucrisa is a nose-to-toes eczema ointment. It blocks overactive PDE4 enzymes within your skin.
And it's steroid-free.
Do not use if you are allergic to Eucrisa. Allergic reactions may occur at or near the application site. The most common side effect is application site pain. Ask your doctor about Eucrisa.
Fabletics Super Sculpting Fabric is now more advanced than ever, with just the right amount of support in all the right places for leggings that look as good as they feel. Right now, get your first 2 pairs of leggings for just $24, only at Fabletics.com.
Dogs have evolved, but their nutritional needs remain instinctual. That's why there's Purina One True Instinct, real meat #1. A different breed of natural nutrition. Purina One True Instinct. Now try new Purina One True Instinct treats.
In living rooms everywhere, couples are at odds. He wants comfort, she wants style. But in these troubling times, there's still hope. Duo by Lazy Boy has both. Wow. Combining stylish design with the power to recline.
Ooh, a Bigfoot documentary.
Don't ruin this.
What? Anything you want to watch.
Smart man.
The Labor Day sale. No interest until 2022.
Discover Duo by Lazy Boy. Live life comfortably.
Fall Slash Glam just got real. The Falsies Mascara from Maybelline, New York. Corner-to-corner volume, no gaps. For Fall Slash Glam that challenges fake. Never fake, always Falsies. The Falsies Mascara, only from Maybelline, New York.
Nature gives me energy.
Clarity. Nature gives me wisdom.
Courage.
Drive. Nature gives. Give back. Nature Valley, proud supporter of the national parks.
We read care labels on thousands of white garments and were surprised they had this symbol, which means do not use chlorine bleach. OxiClean White Revive has 40% more whitening power without chlorine spills. OxiClean White Revive. Whiter white, guaranteed.
For every home project, HomeAdvisor finds trusted local pros. For every pro, you can read customer reviews. And for everybody's busy schedule, you can book appointments online. For every project, you have HomeAdvisor. Go to HomeAdvisor.com.
Breakfast wants you back. Try new Just Crack an Egg, packed with diced potatoes, veggies, meat, and cheese. Just add a fresh egg for a hot scramble in less than 2 minutes to get those warm, fuzzy feelings again. Take breakfast back. Find it in the egg aisle.
I love you, basement guest bathroom. Your privacy makes you my #1 place to go #2. I love you, but sometimes you stink. Febreze Air Effects doesn't just mask, it cleans away odors. Because the things you love the most can stink. And try Febreze Small Spaces to clean away odors for up to 30 days. Breathe happy with Febreze.
I'm Lauren Glassberg. Next on Eyewitness News at noon, police are working to confirm if a body found in Iowa is that of a missing jogger, and a mother's concerns after rats bit her children inside their Bronx apartment.
Next live, the Black Panther, Chadwick Boseman, plus Adam Lambert and Lucy Liu from Elementary.
To my dear Seacrest.
Watch live
tomorrow morning at 9 on ABC7.
One night to be confused, one night to speed up truth.
A Million Little Things, a new drama September 26th on ABC.
Viewers question whether 23-time Grand Slam singles champion Serena Williams was one of the best athletes in sports history. Got their answer when she won last year's Australian Open while she was 8 weeks pregnant. Please welcome one of the finest athletes on the planet, the incredible, incomparable Serena Williams.